Insane, unbelievable. My God, what happened to the market today? Lovely day for our Astro-finance indicator. May the Almighty Force and our Guru protect us, guide us, lead us, support us day and night at all times, in all places, and in all our duties. Good evening, everyone. Wonderful seeing you today for this beautiful day. What a day! What a day! My God. Who would have believed that Nifty would crash nearly 150 points on opening? Bang, it fell. Within the first 15 minutes, it fell nearly 75 points and another 62 points, and then a further 25 points, and went sideways till 10:30. And then the rally began. The rally began from around 10:45 a.m. Do you see that? Did you see today? My goodness, who would have believed it when I said that today is a favorable day for the Indian stock market? Many people thought that, okay, favorable means it may be slightly this way, that way, but the data was showing a large negative OI buildup. We could see that the call OI was building, the open interest was building so high compared to the put OI. You can see it in the in any chart that you will see today. For instance, if you look at the chart for Nifty, and if you go to the graph view, you will understand that phenomenal situation today. My God, people would have thought that this was so crazy on both sides. It was going up, but then you can see that at around 10 o'clock, the call OI was significantly higher than put OI, nearly 4 crore more. And then around 11 o'clock, it reversed on that. And then it again bounced up and down throughout the day. And finally, you could see that the put side people took complete control over the market, and the market zoomed up like crazy. I had mentioned that today, with moon in Dhanishta Nakshatra, market was indeed going to be favorable. And I have shown you this, and I have shared it with many of our friends also and our students in our class. And I will show you what we have discussed this as well. So you can see that 29th of January was going to be a favorable day. And when we see a favorable day, typically the market will close above opening. This we are seeing fairly consistently. About 90% of the time, we have seen this happen. And we expect the market to also be favorable tomorrow, 30th of January. Who would have believed that the market was going to be such a reversal? And this is possible only using the Astro-finance indicators. Okay, so let's look at on the monthly chart. Once again, Nifty continues to be fairly bullish with MA20 way above MA50, and the ADX at 36, DI plus is 22.6, and DI minus 13.67. So this is a clearly monthly bullish stock or a bullish instrument. On a weekly, however, there has been a nice pullback well below the 50 period average. So we'll actually change it to 2050 and see where went up to. It came between that value between the 20 period moving average and the 50 period moving average, but still it was sloping upwards. Even on the weekly chart, on a pure price action, this seems to be somewhat bullish, but it had pulled back. It fell down 2.5% and then another about 2.5% in the last 3 weeks. So two consecutive 2 weeks in between 1 week, it was slightly sideways, but last week and the 2 3 weeks prior, it has really pulled back by 5%, came into that value zone. and the RSI went down to RSI 5 period, because we are talking about 5 weeks in a month. So I'm taking RSI 5, went down to nearly 22.32, and it has bounced back to 40.54. And if you look at the trend, there is really no trend. We are looking at a sideways market here. So as you can see here, the market is not really moving anywhere. It has just been stuck within this range for a fairly long period of time, for several weeks. In fact, from August onwards, has been stuck in this range, in moving up and down. Even prior to that, it has been moving up and down or so. So from April, May, June time point till today, Nifty has been stuck on a weekly time frame on a range bound. So we obviously expected the range bound support to take place, which happened. And on the daily basis, if you really see, once again, it is showing a super bearish trend. The ADX is 25.89, DI plus is 17.67, DI minus is 32.03. So naturally, we were expecting the market to continue to be super bearish, but no, astrology played an important role in the market. Tuck bounced back phenomenally. And as you can see that the RSI was trading way below 30, it went down to 10, and then it recovered a little bit and then fell down again. And in the last 3 days, it is now at 53.86. I'm talking RSI 5. But I still don't see any kind of a day trend happening. And in fact, we have seen a bearish crossover at the 2050. Let's change this 2050 to 50 and 200, just for us to see where we are at. And that's exactly what happened at around the 20-day moving average on June 21st, 2020, January 21st, January 2026. It crossed and tried to take a support. Again, it tried to breach and took a support, and it is bouncing back. Typically, you will see that on the day chart, very rarely you will see Nifty come down and touch the 20 period moving for 200 period moving average. It has happened a few times in the past. In fact, it happened in between I think January 2000 or December 2025, actually November 2024, all the way down to this period. It has down to April 4th, April 8th, 10th, April 11th. It bounced back, and from that point of time, it has really not come back to the 20 period moving average, and it has now come to the 20 period moving average. What a phenomenal opportunity for those who have been watching the market, and how the market invariably bounces back from the 200-day moving average support. So if you believe in Nifty, and if you believe in the overall fund flow of the Indian stock, in particularly the institutional investors and the Indian market, not really the FII. The FII is still not really supporting it. As you can see that the FII are significantly short, so they're really not believing in the Indian stock market, because they're getting nearly 25% return in the US stock market. That is what they have received last year, because the in dollar terms, they are significantly, the market has gone up by 15%, and the US dollar terms has given them another 10% increase, and hence they have had nearly 25% profit. So why would they come to India? That's not really attractive for them yet, but all that is going to change. I believe that very soon we will see a nice little rally, taking Nifty back to around 26,200, 26,300. Okay. Now, I have a open position on paper on the Nifty futures, which I took it on the uh, Friday evening at closure, and around 320, 325. I took it at around 25,200 and 30 or 25,000, yeah, around 25,000, 25,070 or something like that. I took it the February 2026 futures I had taken, and with the belief that the Astro-finance indicators are showing me a nice bullish run, and I should be able to make around 60,000 rupees profit on paper on this. So I am at around 20,000 rupees profit. The market really bounced back on Monday and Tuesday, and then on Wednesday, and today as well it has gone up, and I am at around 10% profit at this point of time on my total risk that I have put in. And I am going to use a nice little indicator called as the ATRC indicator. I'm going to hide all other indicators which I don't want. I will just get rid of all of this, and I will show you how to use this indicator, how I like to use the indicator. Whenever I find that the stock has fallen way below the 3 ATR channel, the black line here is the middle ATR. And when it falls all the way down below the 3 ATR, it will typically bounce back to at least plus 1 ATR, in which case it is around 25,900. Expect Nifty to bounce back to 25,900. I had taken a position when the market was at nearly the low on Friday, 25,000 or so. I have taken the position there, and I decided that I will keep it for at least up to next week end. That is on, I will say, February 5th or 6th, at least until that point of time. I expect the market to come back to 25,900 and Nifty futures I'm talking about. So, and typically that is what has happened. It has taken out the 3 ATR line and a 2 ATR line, and now comfortably trading between the 2 ATR line and the middle point and the minus 1 ATR. So the minus 3 is taken out, minus 2 is taken out, and minus 1 is slightly above that at this point, at the midpoint. So my stop loss will be the minus 2 ATR, 25,155 is where my trailing stop loss will be. As it moves one more ATR, which I definitely expect tomorrow morning, in probably opening itself, I expect Nifty to take out 25,669 on futures, and Nifty spot could be around 25,500 tomorrow as it opens. Cross that, and once it opens that, my trailing stop loss will go to minus 1 ATR at 28,400. So that would be a nice 400 point profit that I will be sitting on Nifty futures. And I'm not going to really worry about if my stop loss is taken out tomorrow, trailing stop loss. It's okay. I would still made profit and will wait for another opportunity. Opportunities are galore. The market will give fantastic opportunities for me in the future. So I'm not too bothered about it. In fact, I did try a little Sensex options today, naked CE options today when I saw the market fell significantly below on a astrologically favorable day, but my stop loss was slightly lower, only 8 points lower. I had kept not even 8 points, 6 point lower. I entered 85,100 at 108 rupees. And then I kept the stop loss at 102 rupees. It went up to 128, came back and hit my stop loss, and then, believe me, went up to 600 rupees. But that can happen, right? So here it is, as you can see here. So I entered when around 108 rupees or so, around this time I entered. And then from there, it zoomed. As you can see here, from here, it went all the way to 627 rupees. My target was 490 rupees. 490 was my target. Okay, I will show you proof for you to see this. I have put this in my family group. Now here is the family group that I am just posting it here. As you can see here, I had taken the entry at 108 rupees, kept the stop loss trigger at 102, and I kept the target at 490 rupees. I was so confident that I was going to make 5 times to 6 times my profit. But, well, not to be the case. Perhaps my astrological planets were promising not so very good for me. But to me, I'm not too concerned about the profit. For me, it is certainly this system. The only thing that will help me to scale in my trading is my system. And now I am very close to perfecting a beautiful system based on my technical and the Astro-finance indicators. And I believe that this is a system that will help us protect our capital and multiply it in innovative and creative ways. Guys, just a disclaimer, I am not a registered SEBI approved investment advisor or a research analyst. And this information that I'm sharing is purely for testing and educational and informational purposes. I don't have a 100% correlation on my astrofinance indicators. So, whatever I'm sharing with you today here is not an investment advice. I do not give you any offer to buy or sell any securities. Any investment decisions that you make, please talk to a SEBI registered investment advisor. And I am not responsible for any financial loss or damage that may come because of the information that you're using from this particular um, channel or the information that I'm sharing on the social media. If you like this particular channel, if you like this information, please share it with somebody that maybe that may use this information and help them recover from the losses and protect their losses. And I hope this is highly beneficial for you. Thank you very much for being there. Thank you for being a source of inspiration. Be blessed by the divine. Take care. Trade safe. Be blessed.